Welcome to Spiritually Raw. We expose and explore controversial truths, myths, and theories surrounding the spirit world. Guests include QAnon experts, investigators, debunkers, and skeptics of the supernatural, unexplained, and flat-out unimaginable. Content discussed on this show is not necessarily the opinion of the cast of Spiritually Raw, and topics quite often are for mature audiences only. This show is not intended to replace any medical, financial, or legal advice and is for entertainment purposes only. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Everybody, how are you? Welcome to Spiritually Raw. Thank you so much for your energy exchange with us today. And we hope you woke to the most miracle morning and are also having the most fortunate day today. We have Elizabeth Joyce here with us today, as you can see.
A blast from the past.
A blast from the past, going down memory lane. So you're going to love Elizabeth, and April's going to get you up to speed on her in just a moment. Thank you very much, everybody, again, as always, and we will always be thanking you for this because it's always great that you do this, sending in your testimonials on what HempWorks has been like for you. Again, we're just so... It's just like today, just so amazed at your experiences, and it's so awesome that you guys are having that, really, and bless you for that journey that you're getting to go on.
And us too. We're loving every minute of it.
Every single minute of it.
Wouldn't live without it.
Nope.
Use the shampoo this morning. We're using the night cream, the Revive at night, the oil during the day, the melatonin at night. We are really, it's so much fun.
Yeah, remember, and if you really just getting through the breakthroughs of things, if you need to connect more with your spirit, and you feel like you just having those little internal blocks, I mean, give our friends over there a try at HempWorks and see if they can do that, help you like the way they have us, because it's definitely a lot, not only for us, but a lot of responses are due. That it does help open up their channel. So good luck on that. Wish you a lot of love, and again, thank you very much. So more about Elizabeth?
Yes, but first, thank you, everybody. For those of you that have joined the Telegram group, we sure do appreciate it in the Telegram channel. For those of you that have not yet, please do check it out. All of the links are always in the description, and all of the links for all of our shows and for all of our social media are always in the description. And as you all know, the full show, all of our full shows are posted on spirituallyraw.live. And the link to all of the full shows are always the first link that you see in the show description. So all you got to do is just look in the show description. And thank you so much for everyone that's joined spirituallyraw.live. We are very grateful, and we sure do appreciate it, your support. That being said,
now Elizabeth.
Yes, let's talk about Elizabeth. Okay, Elizabeth Joyce. She's a modern day mystic, author, and master teacher, spiritual healer through the grace of God. She transmits this pure energy from the source beyond the astral plane. Healing has occurred simply by being in her presence, as well as by voice activation and vibration. She's a popular, gifted speaker on the unknown mysteries, higher realities, and higher wisdom. She's authored 10 books. I can barely get through one book. Authoring one book, she's already authored 10, which is mind-boggling how people do that. And her latest one, Backstage, is now available. Many of her accurate successes have been documented through national television, such as Unsolved Mysteries, The Psychic Detectives, and Coast to Coast AM. You can purchase her books on Amazon, and also make sure to check out her website at new-visions.com. And today we're going to talk about something most of you probably have never heard about. I know this is the first time of us really hearing about it. The new spiritual chakras, and how to work with them. So we're super excited.
So join us, everybody, in welcoming Elizabeth to the show. How are you, Elizabeth?
Hi, Elizabeth.
I'm wonderful right now. How are you guys?
Wonderful.
Good. We're all good. Thank you very much. So let's get our audience, if we can, Elizabeth, an opportunity to get to know you, if that's all right. And really the topic really at hand right there, because as April was saying, new spiritual chakras. So we don't hear about it from that perspective. Can you enlighten us? What's so new about these, first of all, the spiritual chakras, and what's new?
Let me show you what they look like.
Ah, they go up and over.
Up and over. The 8th chakra is just above your head, and then behind at your baby bump is the 8.5 chakra, and that's where the angels are, and they are the ones that guide how much energy comes into your body. The 9th chakra is back here. Now, the 9th chakra is amazing. The 9th chakra connects the brain to the spine. And if the 9th chakra begins to open for you, it creates a laser light through your head, going through the pineal gland and the pituitary, and it comes out through the third eye. So, April, hold your hand out here and just push it in. I want to see how you're doing. No, you got to hold it out.
Oh, hold it out like that, you mean?
And just move it. See if you feel a point of power there.
Oh, there's no question. Yeah, you feel the energy.
Because you're beginning. You've got your 8th chakra open, and your 9th chakra is just starting to open.
Nice.
I have a chart that I created that tells you each chakra, the color, and what it brings when it opens.
I love it.
And
how did you know my 9th chakra is starting to open?
Before you do that, I want to know something in perspective, because you pointed out, and I want to make sure if I didn't miss this right, but when you described the 8th chakra up here by the bump.
No, the 8th chakra is here over the head.
The 8th is up here over the head.
The 8.5 chakra is back.
Okay. But the 9th chakra was below that?
It's between the occipital bones where the brain meets the spine. So that's the 9th chakra. The color is magenta.
So traditionally, when we think of chakras, we think they're going up, but you're saying the 8.5 is actually higher than the 9th?
We have a triad at our head now. It's a triad. It's a triangle.
I got it. Okay, triad.
Right. Okay. So the 8th chakra is here, and then that spiritual line goes to the baby bump back here, and then down, it goes down again, another line to, I'll try to show this to you so you can see it better. I know I had sent it to you.
Okay, this way a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. I think
see that triad?
Yeah, okay, I see the triad.
Yeah, I
okay,
do see
got it. Now with the triad, it's starting to make
sense. It's very important because you can blow yourself out with this. You absolutely cannot get too much, because if you do, it can just harm you. So it really won't, though, if you follow the rules. And you do have the angels back here from Arturian, I understand. They're from Arturian. And I have created 2 meditations that you can get on my website. I was on a cruise with Dane and Brinkley, and I wrote a new I wrote a new
we got 3, don't worry.
Incantation to open the new spiritual chakras, and I got a standing ovation. 200 people did it in the room, and the power, you could almost feel like you were swimming through this wonderful energy. It's all energy. It is so powerful, and instant Helix. Instant.
How come we don't hear about this? How come we don't hear about 8th and 9th chakras, and more importantly, the placement?
They're on my website. You can download them.
Just in general,
in
general, how come we don't hear about them? You know what I mean by others, or things like that?
I haven't been able to get them out. I don't know who else knows about this. I was sitting in my living room watching television with my girlfriend, and my hand started to move. And I didn't know why. And I could not stop it. And she came over and tried to hold it, and it wouldn't stop. And all of a sudden I said, oh my goodness, I'm doing the sign of Capricorn. And it was the sign of Capricorn at the solar plexus. And I was given the chakras through my mind. I went to sleep, and in the morning I had them all. And I was bothered by it too. I didn't know if it was real or if I was crazy or what was going on. But I have 2 important things to tell you. I did some research, and I found out that the Nordic people, the people that made our runes, knew about the new spiritual chakras, and they had them, and they worked with them. They just went up to the 8th. And there were carving and engravings that are found in archaeology showing the signs, which I thought was amazing. And
how did you know that April's 8th chakra was open, or 9th was opening?
I just told you I could see it.
You just could see it.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that either.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And the second thing is that there's now divine seals, which is another subject. I have a workbook that I wrote. I wrote Ascension, and then I wrote the Ascension workbook. And
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can cut that out. Do you want to take care of the dog?
Yeah, can I?
Yeah. We're gonna not have enough time.
I'm sorry, I had a delivery and I didn't know it. Thank you for letting me do that.
Maurice?
No problem.
Now, where are we? Let's start with
Where'd you leave off?
So yeah, we were talking. Yeah, no, it's okay. So basically, we were where we left off was. Let me make the timestamp here. Hold on a second. Okay, so where we left off is that we were talking about the 8th and 9th chakra. Why? Yeah, you've been aware of them.
I've been aware of them since 2014.
You've been aware of them since 2014, and how long have you been getting the message out? Because again, we've never heard this from other people. How long?
You're the first.
We're the first. What's taken you 7 years?
Life. Okay, let me tell you something. Are we on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, we're on.
Oh, well, life has taken, I had to make some very specific, important changes. Where I was living, I relocated. I got out of a very toxic environment. The energies could not go beyond where they had to go, if that makes any sense. I know a lot about energy and how it works. As soon as I left where I was, which was in Pennsylvania, I went to Austin, Texas for a year, and I healed, and I worked with people, and I healed. And then all of a sudden, my grandmother's house became available in New Hampshire, and I bought it. And so that's where I am now. I've spent this last year renovating it and fixing it up because it was a small antique house.
Nice.
And now they're telling me it's got to come out. Let me tell you something, AJ. I went to Mother, and I was in her arms in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And I had the book, and I was very frustrated that it wasn't getting out. And she said to me at that time, she said, "You're too weak. You have to strengthen." And then she said that it would come out in the spring of 2021.
That's interesting.
So I'm way ahead of time with this, but there's with the spiritual chakras. This is the book of the century.
This is the book of the century.
It puts together everything that's been missing. Let me give you an example. We always talk about the 144,000, and people think it's people. Yes. When I was 5 years old, I walked around this house that I'm in and said, it can't be 144,000. It's not enough. Everybody has to come. It has to be for everybody. When you count the petals in the new spiritual chakras, it is exactly 144,000 when they're all open.
So are you saying that it is only 144,000?
This is your 144,000.
It's not people, it's the chakras.
Oh,
the petals of the chakras,
right? That makes sense. Yes.
The Lord said you will be recognized by the light on your forehead. When that 9th chakra pierces the pituitary and pineal glands and comes out, that's going to be the light on your forehead. If you take a picture, if I look at the two of you right now, April is so bright. AJ, you got a little work to do, but that's okay. It's okay. It's just incredible. This whole information is incredible. By the way, they've changed the color of the chakras, but I knew it from the time I was a baby. The heart center is now golden yellow. It has to be.
And makes sense.
This is green for healing. There's a 10th chakra that's way above. The color is amber. That's the new color of the 5th dimension, amber. So when you go from the 10th chakra heart center, which is the heart center of your blessed higher self, your spiritual body, the heart center is the 10th chakra. And you bring that stream into your heart, out through your back and back around up to the 10th chakra, you create something called the circle of light. The circle of light is the most powerful healing tool that we have on this planet. Anything can be healed and changed in the circle of light. Anything.
But so to get to the circle of light though,
you don't have to open anything. You can only be to the 7th and work with the circle of light because you put the 10th chakra in your mind, the color amber, like a color stone. If you have an amber stone, you can electrify it and you can put it through the circle of light.
So no more of the indigo or the dark purple, the
red,
new,
the orange, none of that.
The new shade is the amber?
The new spiritual, the fifth dimension energy is amber.
The fifth dimension
But
energy
all
is
the
amber.
colors are in order according my chart shows it. My chart shows it all.
Oh, neat.
And we have 2 foot chakras that are hunter green, dark green. And I can show you how to work the chakras. I can show you how to apply them to somebody else to help them open.
Did you say foot chakras, Elizabeth?
Chakras, 1 on each foot. That makes 14 instead of 12.
Okay, got it. So the foot chakras, then that would give us 12 total chakras. So
no, it gives us 14 total.
14. Forget
Hold
about
on.
that.
I want to make sure I'm getting this. So there's 12. There's 14 total chakras.
Let me go through them. There's 8. There's 8.5. There's 9, and then there's 10, 11, and 12 above you. And then there's the 2 foot chakras. They're Virgo. They're the sign of Virgo, and they are green, a very dark green, to keep you grounded, because you go right out of your body.
When you're looking at those other chakras in the triad, Elizabeth, how do you, when you're accessing them, or anybody so I gotta imagine the first thing now, what you're sharing with us today is to be aware of them, right?
They're not going to open very easily. The eighth chakra can open. I use something. It's called Ardas, Ardas. It's a chant from Yogi Bhajan, who I studied with. And it's from the Crimson series. You can get Ardas on Amazon. And it's number 6 of the Crimson series. That music is the most healing music in the world because it comes from before Abraham. And a beautiful, beautiful girl who worked with Yogi Bhajan recorded the music. And it's beautiful. And I have had people play it for years in my workshop.
The Buddhists and the Hindus have talked about the 7 chakra system forever.
Yes, they have.
And so what's taken them, or why haven't they brought out the fact that I think a lot of us have heard about other chakras, but the specifics of the 8.5, the 9, the triad, and the feet ones, how come those have never been brought out to our attention?
Because they're secret. They're the secret energies. They're the energies that they don't talk about. If they're secret. That's why I'm writing my new book. My new book is called Mysteries Revealed Beyond Physical Borders.
Got it. Okay, so why would you think the Buddhists, generally, if you look at a Buddhist, you think it is a very kind-hearted soul? Why would they want to keep that secret from us? Or
I have no idea, but they have forever. Because when they were sitting in the caves in Tibet, and when they told us, I don't need any more than rice, this is all I need, they're working those chakras.
They're working those.
Mother said, Amma, the Hakim saint said, that they had to be brought to us when we were ready. And evidently we weren't ready in 2014 when I first got them. She said to me, how did you get all this information in one place? And I said, you gave it to me, Mother. I sat in front of her for 20 minutes and I asked her to put a book inside of me written by the golden pens of angels that would touch mankind and be uplifting and help us with ascension. And she gave me the new spiritual chakras.
And this is Mother Amici?
Yes.
The hugging.
The hugging. I've been with her 36 years.
Wow, that's quite devotion. Yeah, that's great. So let me ask you this then. When you take a look at, can you help us clear up some misconceptions about chakras in general, if we can go there for a minute, Elizabeth? So when people think about chakra balancing, chakra alignments, if you were to, let's say, look at us, not so much me, but if you would look at us just in general, would are the chakras, like, do they need to be up and down, and if they're unbalanced, are they not moving, or are they off to one side or the other? Like, what exactly is
the chakra is out of balance? The chakras don't move. They stay in one line. They either spin slowly, or they don't spin, but they don't move. They're like your heart. They stay in the same place all the time.
Okay.
However, the spin is what gives you the vibration. And it has to spin in tune with what the chakra does. Each chakra affects one of the glands in the body. The 7 lower chakras affects one of the glands in the body. On my chart, the spiritual chakras open you up to the other worlds. The spiritual chakras open you up to psychic ability. They open you up to the Akashic records.
Oh, okay. Now I'm getting what you're saying.
beyond the veil. Let me tell you something. Everybody talks about the astral plane and how I walk the astral plane. Well, there's something beyond that astral plane because I've been there.
What is it?
Get beyond, it's pure, fine, loving energy. It's not thought. It's not this person, that person, or the other person. It's pure, fine, loving energy that's beyond the astral plane. The astral plane still has something called the ego in it. And the ego is what, of course, blocks us, our fears and our ego. And the astral plane traps you there. And you know who wrote about that? I'll tell you who wrote about that.
Who's that?
Paramahansa Yoganandaji, Man's Eternal Quest. He has a chapter on it. He talks about the trapped souls. He talks about the astral plane, and he talks about being beyond the astral plane. This is what we have to learn, AJ. It is so important.
So is the astral plane then is the astral plane, because a lot of people can access it, not that difficult? Is it a trap?
You can be trapped in it. I'm not saying the astral plane is a trap. No, I'm saying that you can be trapped in it. This is where all the souls go. Unless you're high enough to go beyond it. But most people go to the astral plane. I have a lot of knowledge about that. It would take a while to teach it.
Well, let me ask you this, Perception. So if you go to the astral plane, let's say you astral travel, and do most people pretty much go to the astral plane, Elizabeth, at night when they're dream state?
They can go to the astral plane, yes, or they go. I don't want to scare people. I want to tell you the truth. Here's the truth.
Tell us, share it.
In my house are many mansions. Every person has a vibration. Every vibration has a plane to go to when you sleep, on whatever level, whether you're bad or good. There's your plane. It's called your tribe or your group. When you sleep, you go back to that plane and you renew what happened. We're here to learn, so you renew your learning, whether you're doing it right or wrong, and you go back to your original conception pod. I don't know what else to call it. And you have a teacher, and there's thousands and thousands of people with you, and you go back and you review and you empty your buffers, which is really important. This is why people can't do too well when they lose sleep. They don't get refreshed. It's like taking a shower. You have to get refreshed. You have to get renewed for the new day. The new day brings new energies.
So it's like literally
there's nothing to be afraid of. It's really fascinating. And if you are savvy enough to be able to change your vibration, you will go to a new place of sleep.
You were just reading my mind, Elizabeth.
And you can fire your guides, April.
Oh, fire our guides.
Fire the guides and ask for new higher guides.
I like it, Elizabeth.
You can be trapped by the negative energies.
Because are the guides there that are working with us, are they sometimes tricksters?
We'd like to share a story. While it may sound fictional, it's very real and happening right now in front of our very eyes. It's called The Great Awakening. Our sisters and brothers that come on Spiritually Raw are doing everything to help expand global consciousness, and in many cases, putting everything on the line to share their messages about what's happening around the world for the greater good of humanity, while exposing the truth of the deep state and the dark forces behind it all. We are living in the most unbelievable times. Some may even say biblical, scary for many and yet exhilarating for others. Together we are taking part in getting everyone acclimated to the Great Awakening process and the exciting new discoveries that lie ahead. The sad part is many of our amazing guests are being heavily censored, socially shamed, and outright banned on many platforms for exposing the truth and piercing the veil. By becoming a viewer, you bring your powerful energy towards this global movement of other truth seekers. If you're resonating with our show, please let us know by hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, turn on the notification, and leave some comments. Together, we will turn the universal key to global harmony and create a unified world. And remember, tune in often, tell all your friends, and most importantly, may all your dreams come true. Thanks and God bless Patriots worldwide.